They'll come out in the pistol. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And out of the Wildcat, it's Hill. A wide receiver carry for Parker. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Taylor, and he dumps it off to Blount. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go! Try 38!
Now a man who was briefly a Steeler himself. This is LeGarrette Blount. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go!
Again, here's Blount. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And some room to maneuver. Taylor hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
Oh, let's go!
Now they'll throw with Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Taylor. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And let's look defensively at the starters.
Sean Lee is a linebacker with an exciting mix of tackling ability and coverage skills.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go. 180.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Now Ben on third and long. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Here's John Ryan now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
Let's go.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Flex round. Flex round.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. It's Vontae Davis, the Pro Bowler, in on the stop.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good up there of 20 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So they're operating in the red zone. First and goal from the 8. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jeremy Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again.
Ohio! Flag round!
They go back to the air here after the INT. Throws right side, and that's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw is Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he dumps it off to Blunt. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Red zone opportunity. Blunt, the lone running back. To throw again is Taylor. That's caught at the 1. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Charles, on the slant, you always need good ball placement. They got it there.
Brandon, the quarterback, put it in the exact perfect spot, right to the upfield shoulder of the receiver, and he used his body to keep it.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Tyrod Taylor becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Golden Tate, 77 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. On second down, Taylor. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Black round! Black round!
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And now back out comes the offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Back to the air, Taylor after the pick 6. And he fires one incomplete. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. From the gun, it's Taylor. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by C.O. Moore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go. 180.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's a 2nd down. 2nd down now after the pass completion. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Again, it's Taylor. Throwing left side, it's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Obviously, this has now been a banner game, throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Let's go. Ohio.
2nd and 10. It's Taylor again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's go. 4 down.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Set. Black 5. Double. Left.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. A dump off now to Hill. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
Now a handoff. Here's Hill. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Another pistol look here. Shift together here from the D-line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. It's a pickup of 17 there, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. Hill, the lone setback. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Underneath here to Hill. The 12 yards that time and picking up the 1st.
And he got it done in the passing game on that play. It was almost like a run because he caught it right around the line of scrimmage. Either way, he got a big chunk of yards after making the catch.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Completes it right side to Britt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Steelers a 1st down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And Olsen over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. They set up the screen to Hill. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jeremy Hill with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Second and 10, it's Taylor again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here we go, first and 10 now.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And they got 29 yards there. And it's good enough for a first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go. Flex round.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Caught by Nelson left side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Ohio.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Sammy Coates with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Here's Tate to return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Again, it's Hill. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive? And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On second down, here's Taylor. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Sammy Coates, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
But they'll have to be careful how they handle this. And some room to work. And he's taken down deep in their territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Black, Jack 16, another. Here we go. White 80.
They'll hand it off now. Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Roethlisberger to throw. And it's incomplete. Jeremy Hill was the one he was trying to hit there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
On 3rd down, here's Hill. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Eat these 2.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Another run, this time Forte. And he's going to loop. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. It's complete to Parker, left side. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now Taylor. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he will find his man on the outside. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here comes the D swarming to the line. On 2nd down, Taylor. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. It's caught. Nelson. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
This guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from?
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. They're back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Forte. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So the field goal unit, now hang on here, timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here in overtime, and we'll be back. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come? On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Jeremy Hill there was the intended target. And 4th down coming up.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down.
Focus.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it is incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.